What if the most electrifying talent the NFL has ever seen also turned out to be its most unpredictable personality? Antonio Brown wasn't just a great wide receiver. He was a phenomenon. A sixth-round pick who beat the odds, rewrote record books, and left defenders in the dust with unmatched quickness and precision. But just as quickly as he rose, he began to unravel. From locker room clashes and public feuds to bizarre social media rants and legal troubles, Antonio Brown's name became synonymous with chaos. This is not just a story about football. It's about ego, fame, mental health, power, and the pressure cooker that is professional sports. Brown's journey took him from humble beginnings in Miami to the pinnacle of NFL success, only to spiral through controversy after controversy that shook the league. His highs were sky high. His lows were the stuff of headlines, memes, and lawsuits. In this video, we dive deep into the rise and fall of Antonio Brown, the most controversial player in NFL history. Buckle up. Antonio Brown's story begins in Liberty City, Miami, a neighborhood known more for crime and struggle than football greatness. Raised in instability, he spent much of his youth bouncing between homes, often left to fend for himself. His father, a star in the Arena Football League, wasn't consistently in the picture. Football wasn't just a game for Brown, it was survival. Despite his high school success, Brown was overlooked by big colleges due to his size and academic struggles. He eventually landed at Central Michigan University, where he exploded onto the scene. Over 3 years, he tallied more than 300 receptions and became a dynamic return specialist and receiver. Still, he was passed over repeatedly in the 2010 NFL Draft, finally selected in the 6th round by the Pittsburgh Steelers. From day one, Brown had something to prove. He outworked nearly everyone, fought his way up the depth chart, and became one of the most productive receivers in football. By 2013, he was elite. From that year through 2018, he put up historic numbers, multiple 100-catch seasons, all-pro honors, and game-breaking performances that left defenders helpless. He wasn't just great, he was generational. But beneath the numbers, something was brewing. In Pittsburgh, Brown went from underdog to superstar. His partnership with Ben Roethlisberger became one of the league's most feared duos. Fans adored him. Coaches built game plans around him. He made the Pro Bowl 6 straight times and shattered franchise records. At his peak, Antonio Brown was the Steelers' offense. But then came the warning signs. In 2017, he went live on Facebook from the locker room, unintentionally broadcasting a private speech from Coach Mike Tomlin. While minor at the time, it marked a shift in his behavior. Over the next year, missed practices, sideline outbursts, and veiled tweets hinted at growing friction. By 2018, things had boiled over. He skipped meetings, argued with teammates, and reportedly clashed with Roethlisberger. Before the final game of the season, a must-win for playoff hopes, Brown left the team facility and never returned. He was benched and spent game day in a fur coat, watching from the sidelines. The once golden relationship had crumbled. Brown wanted out, and in 2019, he was traded. From fan favorite to locker room villain, his transformation was complete. But the real chaos was still to come. Antonio Brown was traded to the Oakland Raiders in 2019. The franchise was eager for a fresh start with a superstar. But almost immediately, things went off the rails. First, Brown froze his feet in a cryotherapy chamber, sidelining himself with gruesome burns. Then came the helmet drama, where he refused to play unless he could wear an outdated band model. He missed practices, fought with the general manager, and was fined by the team. Instead of taking accountability, he posted the fine letter on Instagram, escalating tensions. In a bizarre turn, he released a YouTube video featuring a private phone call with Coach John Gruden. Just days later, Brown demanded his release, and the Raiders gave it to him. He was instantly scooped up by the New England Patriots, joining Tom Brady in what many saw as a final redemption arc. He played one game, caught a touchdown, and looked like his old self. But within days, allegations of sexual assault surfaced. Though he denied them, the Patriots released him after only 11 days. 3 teams in less than a year. His career was unraveling in real time. Just when the league seemed done with him, Tom Brady offered another lifeline. In 2020, Brown joined the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brady vouched for him, even housing him at one point. The media was skeptical. But Brown kept quiet, worked hard, and delivered. He helped the Bucs reach and win Super Bowl 55, even scoring a touchdown on the sport's biggest stage. For a moment, it felt like redemption. But old habits resurfaced. In 2021, Brown was suspended for submitting a fake COVID-19 vaccine card. Tampa Bay kept him anyway, prioritizing performance over principles. Then came January 2nd, 2022, the Jets game. Mid-game, Brown removed his gear, waved to fans, and jogged shirtless across the field. It was surreal. He claimed he was injured. The team said otherwise. It was the last time Antonio Brown would ever step on an NFL field. Even as Brown dominated on Sundays, his life off the field was unraveling. Legal issues piled up: sexual assault allegations, battery charges, lawsuits from former trainers and landlords, and disturbing public outbursts. He was sued for throwing furniture off a balcony, nearly injuring a toddler. He was arrested for assaulting a delivery driver. He live-streamed explosive confrontations with the mother of his children, drawing widespread concern for his behavior and mental health. Brown also launched a rap career, dropped controversial music videos, created an OnlyFans account, and regularly posted erratic content on social media. Each incident chipped away at what was left of his image. For many, it was no longer about football. It was about a man seemingly in crisis, burning every bridge he had built. Antonio Brown's football legacy is one of greatness. His stats are Hall of Fame worthy. From 2013 to 2018, he was arguably the most productive receiver in the league. He changed the way defenses approached the position, but his off-field issues cannot be ignored. The controversies, arrests, suspensions, and his ultimate implosion define just as much of his legacy as his stats. Fans and analysts remain divided. Some argue that his mental health needs to be prioritized in the conversation. Others believe he repeatedly sabotaged himself. Even within the league, his name sparks debate, not just about talent, but about what teams are willing to tolerate in pursuit of wins. Antonio Brown forced the NFL and its fans to wrestle with uncomfortable questions. How do we remember someone who is both brilliant and destructive? Can we separate the player from the person? Today, Antonio Brown lives outside the game, but never far from headlines. He's released music, made viral videos, and even owned a semi-pro football team, which quickly fell apart amid lawsuits and unpaid salaries. He still teases NFL comebacks on social media, but teams no longer call. His online behavior ranges from comedic to concerning, with cryptic rants, mockery of former teammates, and constant attempts to stay in the spotlight. Mental health speculation surrounds him, though he's dismissed concerns. Friends and former teammates have expressed worry, but Brown continues on his own path, one filled with flash, chaos, and contradiction. He's no longer catching touchdowns, but he's still commanding attention, for better or worse. Antonio Brown's journey is a cautionary tale and a cultural case study. He had the talent, the opportunity, and the platform to become one of the all-time greats. For a few years, he was. But talent alone isn't enough. His downfall wasn't because he lost a step. It was because he lost control. Whether he was misunderstood or simply unwilling to change, the legacy of Antonio Brown is forever complicated. He was a generational talent and a generational headache. His story isn't just about football. It's about what happens when brilliance meets chaos, when ego goes unchecked, and when help comes too late. So now we ask you, was Antonio Brown a victim of his circumstances or the architect of his own downfall? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories from the world of sports.